My first co-host today dons both a gray coat and one heck of a sense of humor. While his sense of fashion is on point, his sense of humor is far inferior to mine. Everyone let out a laugh and put your hands together as we welcome Josh.Killian.
Hey everybody, how's it going?
My second co-host today is an absolute nerd that can fight back anything crazy, including my pornographic sense of humor. His smile is contagious and his hair is a mess. Everyone please help me welcome Mr. Gunnar.Davis.
Howdy.
I'm your final co-host today, Mike Murphy. Welcome to the Trident Talk.
How's it going, everybody?
How y'all doing today? All right.
Ready to get into this?
Yeah, let's.
We are. This is a pretty juicy week, if I do say so myself.
Yeah.
Juicy podcast, rather. Let me cut you off.
No, you're good. Fourth episode of the Trident Talk. Welcome.
Yeah,
Happy to have you guys on board.
It's pretty crazy.
You said juicy.
It
is. There's a lot jam packed in a very. There's just a lot in a compact, small area. So I said it's pretty juicy.
Yeah.
Pretty juicy.
Pretty delicious.
Just a neat word to.
Juicy.
Neat word to use.
That's one of those words like moist that people don't like to use.
Yeah. In the right context, it can be good, I think. Like in cake.
In cake?
Or
juicy cake?
No, moist cake.
Oh,
yeah.
I was like, hold on, what the heck is juicy?
I still don't see the moist cake.
Succulent.
I still don't see it.
Moist cake I can see as opposed to like a dry cake.
Yeah, but there's probably better words than moist.
Thoughts. Do you like moist cake? But so for the fourth episode of the Trident Talk, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and talk about a couple of key points. We'll have our little snippets for myself and Gunnar, obviously. And then we also have a question submitted by a good friend of Mr. Joshua here. And
very good question at that.
And then we got a couple announcements to wrap things up. But other than that, let's go ahead and dive into this week's episode of the Trident Talk.
So I got a question submitted to me on Snapchat, actually, by a good friend of mine. He used to go to Francis House Central with Gunnar and myself in the band, and he hit me up on Snapchat, and he asked a very great question that we're going to tackle here today.
Wait.
Whatever, get out of here, guys.
I saw him chuckle like...
Great. Well, yeah, I was like, how do words good? But I'm going to take this in the context that I perceived it, and if I'm wrong, please feel free to yell at me in the comments to tackle another variation of that question if indeed this isn't the correct one. But the question that I'm seeing here is how you are wondering how processes of selling or how the processes of selling commercial real estate such as a strip mall work in the marketing field of real estate companies. You said there is a strip mall that is near to me, and it looks like it's been at sale for years, and no one seems interested in that. How do they market these places, and how do they market these places besides just a for sale sign? And do the cities or the federal government or any type of person put stress on the realty companies to keep up with the conditions of the centers throughout the showing and process time of the sale? So how I'm taking that is you're curious as to know how exactly a larger piece of real property is marketed during the for sale process. Is that
like
kind
commercial?
of what it sounds? Yeah, like commercial. So like a strip mall, something like that, as opposed to just a residential sale home or something like that. And I think right off the bat, the first thing that came to my mind is that it would depend a lot on the particular property. I feel like, of course, if it's like a construction area zone or something like that, or a lot of land, you obviously wouldn't be able to market that as, an apartment complex or something like that. It would have to be something that fits within the confines of that particular property. I don't know if you guys have anything to add on.
Well,
that.
Idea of so it's like a strip mall. He's saying.
Yes.
So I mean, thinking about the owner of the strip mall has to be losing money pretty fast, and if it's up to a real estate company, I think it would be full just because we have the technology to get it out there, you'd say?
Yes. I think that's what he was saying for a little bit as well, like how they're marketed. I think it would depend a lot on what the seller wants as well as what the agent has to offer. There's a couple things that we as real estate agents of Berkshire Hathaway Alliance might have tools that are available for us that another real estate company might not offer. And so it'll depend a lot on that, and as well as the seller. If we want to market it, let's say an example online, but the seller's uncomfortable, we're going to, of course, try to find a medium range that we can work with the seller to market their property, because ultimately it is theirs.
And a lot of times, it could even, so if you just see a sign in there, a lot of times that could just be what either the real estate company or just the seller, because it could be for sale by owner too.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that. That's a great question.
I mean,
So it could be. I don't know the area specifically that you're referring to, but it could be a for sale by owner in which it just might be that single individual or that just single team that owns parts of those independent properties in the strip mall or the entire strip mall. I don't know if it's like in an HOA area or something like that. You have to add something.
I'm gonna kind of draw a weird parallel between things. So I was actually talking to a client the other day who was interested in a plot of land. And I think a similarity that you see between like land as well as commercial property is it's a very specific niche, very specific market that you have to apply to. You know, you're gonna see on average a commercial piece of property be on the market much longer than $150,000, $250,000, even a $11 million house for crying out loud.
It's like 6 to 12 months.
Exactly.
Something like that.
So that's something to keep in mind. You need to appeal to a very specific market, and that market just doesn't always exist, especially in the climate that we're in right now.
Yeah, that's very true. It is getting into the fall, the winter times, which is kind of when the market tends to die down anyway. So that's another factor. That's one of those things that seems kind of obvious in its own right, but I didn't even think of that until you just said it just now, where as well as what it might be being marketed for, the average person might not have as much as maybe it's being listed for, or they might not have the tendency to use what it could be listed for. And so it's going to be, of course, just out of their mindset even when looking at it. So it's going to have to apply to someone that's very, very specific or a specific group of people.
Another thing worth considering that I'd say is if it's like a strip mall and it's just only a specific segment of it, like say you've got like 10 buildings in a strip mall and one of them is for sale. Typically the entire strip is, I don't want to say governed by, but it's looked over by a specific individual or an association. So it could be just that association is not easy to get along with. They have, we talk about HOA and association fees. In this case, I think it'd be more so association fees than HOA. Yeah. But so that's something worth considering. Is the guy up top just a jerk? So
what I'm getting from it, it sounds like unfortunately, it's a lot about the case specifically. It could change depending on every single case.
Every, I think, real estate
question.
Real estate sale is different. Every single one. There's no generalization from place to place to place. You might have a very small group that is very general in the fact that like a sale can go through smoothly, but it all depends on the seller, the property, the location, every single place. I mean, you're talking sometimes a house that's right next door might be in a completely different boundary or district.
You want to
than
talk
somebody
about that
else.
nonsense? Whenever we lived on Willott, I had a friend who lived on our side of Jungerman, which would be the western side of Jungerman, I want to say. And he went to Francis Howell Central with me. Or no, excuse me, he went to Sacred Middle School with me. And then he moved and went to just on the other side of Jungerman, ended up going to a completely different school.
That's crazy.
East.
Yeah.
I used to live in a place called like Sunnyview, and the boundary, we came from there, moved down the street, same street, just to a different house down the street, and then we moved to where we are now. But we were at that place on Sunnyview, moved down the street, I kid you not, like 10 houses. That was enough to put us out of district. And so my sister at the time, who could drive, she went from being at Fort Zumwalt North to go into the Francis Howell district. But because she could drive herself, she got it okayed with the school to finish out the rest of her high school career at the high school she'd already attended. So, but just stuff like that, that was something that...
Welcome to the art of gerrymandering.
But yeah, it was like even before I was born, so like my street, one side went to one school, and on the other side went to another.
That's crazy.
Like right when the neighborhood was built, that's how it worked, and I was like, that would stink to have a friend like right across the street, and then you go to a different school than they do, and I'm like, wow, that's annoying. But yeah, I think that question is more on the case itself, especially with like commercial.
Yes, very much.
Yeah,
so.
that's a whole different monster compared to residential.
Where was it? Both locations we went to take our real estate exams, like right across the street. At both locations was an Edward Jones building, and attached to it was a for-lease office space.
Yep.
So I don't know if it's something to do with you, Edward Jones, or...
We scare them out.
Yeah, probably.
Scare people
Edward
out of the
Jones just
building.
buys out everyone, actually. Nothing but respect for you, Edward.
What the second part of that question now?
Yeah, the second part. So the factors about like putting pressure on the real estate companies, like to keep up with the conditions and things like that.
So like I know like apartment buildings, there's going to be like it has to be livable, but I mean you can see in the prices of a certain apartment.
Municipalities.
Yeah, true. But I mean, there's always legalities with everything. It's how America runs.
You're one to talk about legalities, Mr. Get Money from the last episode, and you had to disclose legally.
Oh, about doing it legally?
Yeah, don't you
get a job.
I have no idea what you're. I don't even remember. What are you talking? Wait, what?
Can we get a flashback to the last episode? Right?
I was just say this boy's on this podcast. You don't even know what he's talking about. Or a lemonade stand. You're selling stuff on eBay. Anything that has some sort of income coming in.
Yeah, exactly.
I think.
Get money in your hand.
Yeah, getting some form of...
Wait a second. Do it legally.
Okay, dude, that's a very good point. That is a very excellent point.
Don't just go around doing bad things.
Get money in hand.
You gotta do it in a smart, legal way. It's been like a week. I have no idea.
But as far as pressure and stuff goes, we kind of real estate agents are supposed to be kind of a guide and be like the host as your guidance through the real estate transaction. But as far as like doing the actual labor, I would say not so much. I think that also comes down as well per case. Exactly. Maybe moral obligation. Ethics, I think, comes a little bit into play, stuff like that, compared to even sometimes I've heard of agents putting a little bit more pressure onto sellers and stuff like this needs to be up to a certain code because, there's inspection periods and stuff like that when things get released. I mean, it's ultimately between the seller and the buyer, but, there should be some things that do get addressed there, and usually the seller takes a lot of responsibility for that. Not all the time, but usually the seller is the one that, when they're selling the property, does step up and kind of handle a lot of those. If there's a little bit of safety precautions, like a plug that doesn't work in a bathroom, that could has, what is it called? Like the GUI RFID cables that what?
RFIDs.
Yes. Where if it protects the cables from water, so that if water gets on it, that it's not going to produce an electric current. It'll shut the electric off to that particular outlet.
I know what you're talking about. I don't know what that's called.
Yeah, so if stuff like that's busted, usually, at least what I would do is highly stress the importance of that. Although that it's not mandatory, the seller could put the property up for as is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but I try to stress those and say, would you even consider buying a property that has these safety conditions not met? Mm-hmm. And usually, they kind of fix those, vice versa, depending on who's going to pay for it. But those usually do get fixed from one side of the party or the other. But that is a very nice question that we were able to dive into, because that was one that I could tell was like festering in your mind probably a little bit. I don't know how long it's been on the market. If it's approaching like the 2-year mark, that is a little long, I'd say.
Oh, okay. Hold it.
So,
keep talking. Let's go and find it.
Yeah, I think if it's approaching like 2+ years, there's probably something specific that is going on there. I don't have the details on that location or the property or anything like that. So I can't speak for it, but I think if it's 2-3 years going on, that there's probably something a little bit more in depth with the property that's not up front that you can't tell from the beginning. So
yeah, I mean it's kind of what Terry always tells us. Property that's been on the market for too long kills it.
Exactly.
And that works for residential or commercial.
Because exactly. Well, here you are asking the question of like, why is it on the market too long? You're probably thinking there's something wrong with it as well. It might be completely fine. It's just not being marketed perfectly well or something like that. But because of the fact that it's physically been listed as long as it has been, that alone could look bad.
Yeah, so let's just say you're looking at even if it's just a house and you just see it's been on the market for 100 days, not even a year or anything.
Yeah, that looks a little.
You're just like, oh, there must be something wrong with it, and you'll probably just move on. So I mean,
you looking up statistics over there?
I'm looking up.
I have no idea what you're looking up. Are you looking up? There's no way you're looking up Maffit, right?
What?
You're not looking up how long Maffit's been on there. Okay.
I don't want to think about Maffit. So we talked about like you're approaching the 2-year mark. Well, I talked about land a while ago, and I kind of brought it up because a while ago I was talking to a client, and they were looking at this piece of land that she said had been on the market for a couple of years. I want you to just take a guess. How many days do you think this has been on the market?
Days?
Days.
And you said it's been on there for a
It's
couple
just
years?
land. It's land.
Yeah, just land.
Well, yeah, but land can be on there. Like land's different than a lot of other things.
Rounding it.
Because
Yeah, I know, but still.
So 365, so 350 days ish.
No, I'm gonna say
365 days a year. I can't do 365.
968
968?
days. Yeah.
What the heck is that? 3 years specifically? No,
How do you take 365 multiplied by 3 and get 968?
I have no clue. That's why I thought he just
No,
did.
I didn't. No, I didn't.
I'm gonna
'cause-
say like 1200 ish.
1200?
Ish.
Yeah, 968 just popped in my head.
2083 days.
How many acres is it? Do you know how many?
It's, dude, that's a good question.
There's a
What is that,
land I
6
saw
years?
the other day that was huge. I forgot which one it
4
was.
acres.
4 acres. That's pretty
What
big.
the heck? I know,
that's
but I
pretty
saw
big.
one the other day that was like a lot.
Is
It
that
was
6 years?
Crazy. Someone in our office has it listed.
5.7 years.
Yeah, almost 6 years.
I'm
It's 5 years and like 8 months.
asking 28.5. If you're interested in purchasing some land, please. Shameless plug right here. I have no idea who the agent is.
Is it just
right?
raw land?
It's
just a
straight
plot of
up
land.
raw- Well, there's apparently like a bunch of the land that you can't use or something like that because it's got like a oil well or something on it. It comes with a survey. Don't know how old the survey is, but anyway, bringing it back to where we were.
Bringing it back.
Bringing it back down. Thank you for the question.
Yeah, I like that question. I mean, I wrote some other things down that hopefully in other podcasts we'll be able to talk about because that question had a lot in it. I mean,
Oh yeah,
that we
and
can
that's
talk
something
about.
that can be applied going forward to like everything.
And hopefully, I mean, because we can do commercial. We're not big into it. Like commercial, like especially rental isn't our thing really. I mean, we're more residential. Obviously, we can do anything, but we're more in that residential slide. So thinking about that question with residential, we definitely I want to hit some of those topics from that specific question. So hopefully we can.
You might be the first
Cover that.
person that has a multiple part podcast.
Yeah, no, seriously. Yeah, stay,
Yeah, that
stay
was-
tuned going forward.
Yeah, because I had a lot of good questions inside of it, like within it. So
Yeah,
Alrighty.
really well thought out.
Thank you for the question. Moving on. Do we just move right into it?
I mean, we had that one question. I mean, that was a pretty good question. It took us a little bit. So I mean, if you're good, we can. I mean, I'm not saying we should. I'm not really.
I think you know exactly that. I think we should
man.
move into it. So,
I'm clueless. What's going on?
ladies and gentlemen, we know the one of the best holidays, if not the best holiday, is coming up. Halloween.
Trunk or treat or Halloween. I don't know why it's a trunk or treat.
My favorite
Treat,
holiday.
Halloween.
But yeah, trunk or treat. Make sure. I got
We
excited.
cannot talk.
What the heck happened?
It's 10:20.
What are you guys speaking,
It's
dude?
5:04 on my laptop.
5:04. It's 10:23 p.m. for reference.
Dude, that's like the perfect. It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
It's 5
Like,
o'clock.
it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Josh's out of date freaking laptop.
Yes. But no, this is going to be the final podcast that we'll have before the Trunk or Treat hosted by your Trident Trio at 620 Weeping Willow in St. Charles, Missouri. Still can't talk. Zip code is 63303. Feel free to come out and visit us. It's going to start around 6 o'clock, give or take.
It's going to be a great time, seriously.
It's going to be fabulous. We've got candy, we've got music, we've got singing pumpkins.
We were just testing those out in the
We
back,
actually did
so
just-
Pretty cool.
yeah, they're pretty cool.
So don't miss out. Bring your friends, bring your family, bring your dog, because I'd like to pet it. And feel free to just stop by and at least have some fun if you don't get the candy.
Bring your cats to annoy Josh.
Yeah, bring cats just to annoy that man right there.
Yeah, because this year Halloween is going to be a little bit of a struggle. I think a lot of holidays from all this year have been a little bit of a struggle.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
it's a place where you can come out. It's a safe environment. It's going to be a good, safe time to still be able to celebrate Halloween this year.
Social
Let's talk about
distance and
holidays that were a
everything.
struggle. I don't even remember celebrating Easter this year.
Yeah, no one
Me-
does.
nope.
Easter just
I
didn't
feel like I
exist.
did, but then I
I feel
forgot.
like when was Easter this year?
Easter. How? I don't know. I can't remember. It's on a day.
The prophecy is true. I feel like Easter happened like within 2 weeks of the fallout, or like
Yeah, it happened with within
literally
the first month
within
of us
the
going
month
into the huge
of
quarantine.
the quarantine. So I feel like I got overlooked, unfortunately, a lot. At least celebratory stuff for it.
Hey Josh, what
Unfortunately. Oh, okay, we're getting right into it. Huh?
kind of music do mummies like listening to on Halloween?
Ooh, I want to think.
What kind of music do mummies like listening to?
This isn't like the Macarena.
What kind of? You said what kind of music?
Yeah, what kind of music do mummies like listening to?
Toilet paper.
What is mummy wrapped in?
Toilet paper.
What is mummy wrapped in?
Paper.
Rap.
Rap music.
Why didn't you just answer
I
that?
did. I don't know how to be more clear.
Mike Dap!
God.
Mike Dap!
I'm gonna bass boost on that so hard during that.
Yeah, I hit my watch against that, and I saw like the huge like jump. I was like, oh
I'm
no.
gonna be editing this thing like, ow, ow, ow. I don't know how to be more specific. I like rap music.
Well, I didn't
Or,
know
like,
you were doing the rap. I
what
thought
are
you
they
were just like.
That's why I said. What are
they-
they wrapped in?
I know, but I
You
didn't
just
think you were
were
doing
like-
the rap thing. I thought you were doing like the dance thing.
Never mind.
He didn't ask me. You asked him,
All
not
I'm
me.
gonna say though, Gunnar, is that so I went out on a couple dates with this chick one time, right? And she turned out to be a vampire, right? All I'm gonna say though is that
Hate it when that
you
happens.
never want to get a kiss from a vampire. It's a pain in the neck. All right, final joke.
Are you keeping track of the ones that you've told? So
Yes.
If someone. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Again, this the offer's still on. If you
Like,
bring
you'll get,
one
like,
of these
double
jokes,
candy.
you will get extra candy.
I like the one you told us today.
Which one?
That one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I like
Yeah,
that
that'd
one.
make that be the third one. That was actually a
All
good
right,
Yeah,
so
that was a
it's
good
little
one.
bit- Okay.
It's a little longer, but
It's a little bit
it's
long.
worth.
So,
That's okay.
No, tell it to them.
all right.
Tell it to them.
Well, I need a second party for this. I need someone to participate.
I want to participate because
All
it's funny.
Okay.
All right, hold on. I'm a little thirsty. I'm gonna need a drink for this joke.
Wait, since I know the answer, dude, can I just say the
What
answer?
the heck? You just had that.
Yep, I had this.
He had that under
my,
his jacket
I didn't
the
even
entire
know the
time.
entire
I didn't know
time.
he-
Why is it fizzing?
Because it's got Dr. Pepper in it.
What's in it? Oh,
He had that under his jacket
my
the entire
gosh.
time.
No, don't lean back. Oh no.
I hear it
It
too.
was like. What?
All right, now I can finally take this off. My God, it's so hot.
He had that on the entire time just for that.
Just- for that joke.
I did not
I've sat
even
here
notice.
boiling for a 20-second joke.
Can that stand up?
No, probably not, because it's got the holster.
Don't try it. There's equipment up here.
No, okay, good point.
There's equipment up here.
All right, well now I can holster this, no problem. So, Gunnar.
So can I answer just because I
Yeah.
know? Oh, okay.
Well, don't answer it. Give it a little bit of time.
I'll give you funny answers.
I really hope I'm still on the camera at this point.
Yeah, you are.
Okay, good.
I don't know about your head though.
Okay, well, no problem.
I don't know
So,
about your hair,
Gunnar.
dude. You don't know about that hair.
Yeah, this hair is on point, ladies and gentlemen.
That's not what I meant, but okay.
Gunnar.
God, he's like he's
It's
like,
like Andrew.
Okay, that's rude.
no, he's like what's his face? He's like Rick from Rick and Morty.
No, yeah. Legit a flask.
Gosh.
Gunnar. So there's a plane. It's flying, right?
It's a plane gun.
Yes.
And it's got some cargo on it. It's got 513 bricks.
Cargo means
So
storage.
Oh, God,
However-
let him get through the joke.
One
Good.
brick falls off. How many bricks are left?
So if we got 513 minus 1, carry the 2. I got 512.
512 bricks is correct, right? So
Like you.
now I want you to. I've got a question for you, Gunnar. I had a predicament the other day. I need to. How do you put an elephant in the fridge?
You need a pretty big fridge, I assume.
Oh, you just open the door and put the elephant in.
Just
Close
open the door.
Put it in, shove it in there.
Yeah. Now let me ask you this, Gunnar. How do you put a giraffe in the fridge?
Shove it in there.
No, you gotta open it. You gotta take the elephant out, and you gotta put the giraffe in.
Shove
Close
it
the
in
door.
Okay.
I heard about this party that's going on, right? In the animal kingdom. It's for the lions' birthday, right? Everyone's going. Everyone's invited. One person doesn't show up. Who is it?
Simba.
Nope. It's the giraffe. You know why? He's in the fridge.
You put him in there.
Yeah, you put him in there.
You put him in there.
However, Sally's on her way to the party, right? But she's got to cross this river that's filled with alligators, and she's sure to die if she crosses it. But she makes it across. How?
They're trying to find Simba.
No, all the alligators are at the birthday party for the lion.
I'm making a joke within this joke.
I'm so excited. Now let me ask you this again. Sally still ended up dying. Why?
Simba found her.
No, she got hit with a brick.
That you threw out.
That fell out of
That
the
fell
fell
out
out
of
of
the
your
plane.
cargo plane.
What about the other 512 bricks that just all fell on it?
I can tell you guys
They were
another
safely
joke.
secure.
I can tell you another joke. It's another two
How
jokes.
fast is it?
It's gonna take up the entire podcast.
Okay, then let's just
Let's wait
no.
on
Let's
that.
save it for the next one. Let's save it for the next one.
Alrighty. But thank you for joining Mike's segment, Mike's mischievous minute. Yeah, I made
You didn't even drink the
I made
water.
you do that for no reason. Just
You
so
got
I can-
that.
Because I don't have anything.
Thank you for joining us for Mike's mischievous minute. We're gonna go ahead and segue in terms
Do
of
you want this?
holiday jokes and things like that. No, you can have it.
Cool, I'll drink it.
holidays.
Train
When we
drinks.
talk about holidays, the man, the myth, the legend for when it comes to holidays is going to be my boy to my right, your left, Mr. Gunnar Davis.
Oh yes. So since it's like the week of,
Unfortunately, not holidays.
it's like, so it's all like Halloween based because it's the week before Halloween.
Yeah.
So today
I'll drink
that
to
we're
that.
saying is, drink to that. It's Dr. Pepper. So today, technically Wednesday, it's gonna be a National Chocolate Day that I know our office is very excited for. What should we should bring like just Hershey, like a whole bunch of like those little Hershey's.
Was
Probably.
it Hershey Day?
Well, it's
Hershey
Chocolate
Kisses.
Day.
Oh, Chocolate Day. Okay.
Or
Ooh,
Hershey Kisses too.
Lisa's
That
gonna
works.
like that one.
Yeah.
This is gonna be
Mike's
bad.
gonna like that one. Broker Mike, if you're out there, we hope you're feeling well, man.
Apparently he's feeling great. He just
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
He's
I
I've
was
been out of the
upset that he
office a
can't-
couple of days, but
I was talking to Mike the other
He's
day.
feeling fine,
He said
apparently.
he's feeling great.
awesome.
feeling great.
We're rooting for you, Mike. And Terry, if you're watching
And
this. Which you better be
Terry.
watching this, Terry. If you're not watching this, I'm going to be upset.
We should be hearing you in your office listening to it when we come by. But
That's gonna be a good day for the office. Chocolate Day.
oh yeah, and then we got Friday coming up. The F for Frankenstein Day.
Frankenstein Day. What is that?
Frankenstein
What's the
Day.
origins of that? Like from the book or?
It's when so here I'll read you the exactly what it tells me. So for Friday the 30th, it says a day to celebrate the birth of a Frankenstein monster. Put yourself in a Halloween mood with a Frankenstein book or one of the many movies.
Yeah, from the book, man.
When I was in my
It's his
freshman
birth.
year of college, actually, I had an English class, and I've told you guys about this class many times. Our theme was like monsters and their relevance in the modern era, and we had like this little dink book. It was like as opposed to a textbook. Thank you, Miss Sidwell, for watching this. Like it was just a little dink book, but it was one of the like excerpts, I think the word is for it, in the book was the Frankenstein novel. Read it for the first time that semester. It was wonderful.
That's legit. Have you ever like read the classic book Frankenstein?
From the previous podcast, you should know I don't read.
Well, yeah, I know.
Potter.
I'm just asking. But no, that's seriously. This is gonna be a cool week. That's gonna be a great day
Yeah.
right before actual
And then Saturday, yeah, right before
Halloween, man.
Halloween, of course, Saturday. And obviously there's other things like I think it's Carve Pumpkin Day. Carve a Pumpkin Day. That sentence was not in the right order, but that's okay. But I also wanted to say on Sunday, Michael couldn't explain it a little better, is Daylight Savings.
Yeah, Daylight Savings Day.
Yeah. So daylight savings time.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't think it's really a day. I think it's time.
It's a time, but
Well, here, let's see what the handy dandy app says.
Because depending on who you ask, if it's gonna feel like you're jumping forward a day or you're gaining a day because that hour stacks.
You know,
Like I always feel it in the spring.
There's so much going on with 2020 already. I vote we just drop the whole daylight savings time thing already. Let's just end it right now.
What isn't it supposed to? It's supposed to keep us on track with the calendar, right? Like
Does
it's
it?
supposed to. Well, isn't it supposed to?
Spring
You know what
forward,
we
fall
should?
back.
You know what they should do instead? Instead of doing it on midnight, they should do it at noon.
There's a reason. I don't know off the top of
Because
my
it's
head.
inactive. So
It's at like
Because
2,
we're supposed
it's
to
at
be
like 2
sleeping.
a.m.
We're supposed to be sleeping, right?
It's at like 2 a.m. Because I remember when I used to work at Schnucks. I can't remember if it was Schnucks or Dillard's when I remember this one. But I used to work, and I remember working like 7 a.m. the next day, either at Schnucks or at Dillard's, because I was in the opening shift. I think it was Dillard's because I had to come in and stock up some clothes and stuff. But I remember the day before that.
I assume you wouldn't be doing that at Schnucks. Stocking up some clothes.
No, not. Well, I used to work at the produce. I could have been stocking up apples, like opening at 6 a.m. or whatever. It was like 6-ish, 7-ish that I had to come in, regardless of where it was. But this was like, I think last year, or the year this happened, Black Ops 3 came out.
Oh, the best one. Change my mind.
Something like that. I don't know. I'll have to look
As
at
we
the date.
become
I think it was a
nerds.
game came out, and I stayed up until like 2 or 3 a.m. But I remember thinking at the time that on my console that I had, I was like, I'm gonna have to manually set this because I didn't think, which was the Xbox One, I didn't think that it would manually update or automatically update. So I remember pausing my game, going to look at the timer at 2 to like push it forward or whatever. When 2 o'clock hit and it jumped forward an hour, and then I was like, wait, why did I stay up to manually do this? Because now I have to go to work in 3 hours.
Bruh.
And I was like, and I'm sitting here playing zombies or whatever it was. So I felt that for like a week, like that
that.
extra hour. But then you gain it like in the spring, and it's like
You spring forward, you fall back.
Well, it's great because I woke up one time and it was like 3:30 or whatever, and then I woke up again and it was like 3:12.
No, it's the opposite way.
Yes.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, because on my thing, daylight saving time ends.
We gain an hour.
Clocks go back today as we get an extra hour of sleep.
Yeah, you go back.
Oh, okay. For some reason, I think back. I feel like
So
we
like
lose.
when the
I
clock
think
strikes
back, I
like
think
2
lose.
a.m., it'll really say 1. It'll go from 1 to 2, and then it'll change to 1 again.
Okay, for some reason,
So
when,
like,
when
I think
you
it's
said
I think it's
back,
2 to
I thought
3.
of lost.
I think
Like,
it's 2 to
don't
3
know
because I remember one time I woke up one time and it was like 3:30 something, and then I woke up again and it was like 3:12.
I might actually get 3 hours of sleep that night. Let's do it.
That'd be great.
That'd be great.
No, let's just shoot for like a solid 40 minutes.
Just shoot
Let's
for
just,
sleep.
Solid 40 minutes of sleep.
40 minutes.
Yeah, I mean that's the dream. Right
Can we
there.
can we just lay down for just for one?
we just not be go?
But that's gonna be good. That's gonna be this is a amazingly packed week and an amazingly fun weekend that we've got coming up that we hope to see you guys at. So come on out and visit us on top of us gaining an extra hour of fun. So
do we want to talk about the thing?
Yeah, I mean, so
we can announce it.
We
and
talked
then you'll
about
see
it
little snippets
before because we talked about it was planned on Halloween, but now we're changing it.
We are changing it.
So with that, drum roll animation sound, future Josh, as well as drum roll from YouTube. Doesn't even actually do the thing. We are announcing as a Trident Trio a charity giveaway gift basket. So, in honor of the Thanksgiving holiday, I know we're kind of jumping ahead here, but we are announcing and revealing it to the public, the first couple of pictures of it at least, on Halloween at the Trunk or Treat. We will be doing a charity giveaway for the Sunshine Kid organization. It is a nonprofit organization that helps with kids with cancer, as well as the money goes towards research, as well as additional care for the kids and things of that nature. So it's going to be a raffle-based giveaway. The details are still in the works, and quite honestly, we just kind of want to keep you on the edge of your seat for it. The gift basket is going to contain a number of products of interest, as well as support for a local business.
So stay tuned.
So stay tuned for details. That's all you get right now. Just not even an appetizer of it. Just a little taste.
We just
Whenever
want to
it
throw that in
comes
there.
out, though, we want to say that it will be going live Halloween night. So if you do see us at our particular event, you can buy some raffle tickets there, or donate to the organization as well, and it will be going through pretty much the month of November through Thanksgiving. So you've got some time to keep on the lookout and be sure to follow us and stuff. I didn't cut you off. I cut you off a lot.
Hey, don't worry about it. I think we were talking about it. Some details are still in the works. We plan on having the official drawing the 26th or the 25th. Generally around Thanksgiving. The raffle will, anything donated will go, 100% of the proceeds go directly to Sunshine Kids. We don't keep a penny of it, and just make sure that if you don't win, know that your money is going towards a very good cause.
Yeah. So we're thankful for what we have.
Yes, very much so.
Help others.
So be on the lookout, because it's coming your way. We got a lot of stuff coming. It's going to be from now till the end of the year. We've got some good stuff cooking. And so, and we're happy to have you alongside with us, because this is quite the journey that we're going on, and we're proud to have you here every second.
And we're excited. We hope you guys are excited.
Seriously.
But with that, do we have any concluding thoughts?
No, I had a great time this week.
Oh yeah.
Still had a great time.
I had a fantastic time.
I'm looking forward to Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday's gonna be fun. Make sure to stop by.
We'll see you there.
Like I said, bring your friends, your family, your dog, your cat. If you have what was it? I saw this little lizard that's like a real life dragon or something like that, like a real life pseudo dragon from Dungeons and Dragons. Nerd alert.
I don't know. Let's look it up.
Whatever.
Like a gecko.
Yeah, I don't know. But if you can't make it out Saturday, always follow our Facebook and everything else. Just a moment, Siri. Okay.
More information.
Yeah, just keep up with it. You'll see us. We'll be posting pictures, keeping you guys updated for when it is.
And we'll see you around.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of The Trident.
Oh,
See you.
like that.